It's a little bit of an addiction actually. You know, once you've gotten a taste of it, you always want more. I just want to win, and I really want to make it to the games still.
Last year, Fabian Hermans, Callum Clements got his ticket here last year. Fiebig, Fabian Hermans and Nico Mazeradze all on their 4th rope climb now.
Fabian Hermans, le plus fit des Pays-Bas, et Callum Clements qui porte.
Oh, Callum, you did the work on right, yeah.
I'm Fabian Hermans, 28 years old, aspiring CrossFit athlete.
Relax and compose as they can. Folks, you're watching them spin that double under rope, and that is...
I wanted to go to a CrossFit gym, I think as early as 2018. During the COVID pandemic, I was like, all the gyms were closed during the first one. And I was like doing a lot of CrossFit style workouts in my own home. And I was like, I'm working so hard on this right now because I want to do competitions and I think it looks amazing. I really want to do this. So when the gyms reopened again, I sent an email to CrossFit Arnhem to ask for like a drop-in class. And that was on 1st of June 2020, so a month before my 23rd birthday. I didn't like it at all, man. They all said, no, take it easy, you have to start easy. And I was like, no man, I want to go to the games. I have to work hard. Because I was very strong when I started already and I had like a decent set of lungs on me as well. So the first workout was something with a kettlebell, like front squats and push presses and stuff like that. It was low skill, high intensity. And they gave me like a 20 kilo kettlebell instead of the RX weight of 24. And I was like so pissed off and I was like, okay, it's fine, just do this very well and they'll give you the 24 eventually. Going to the French 2026, I wanted the podium. It sucks, you know, it's painful because you've spoken aloud. I wanted to do it at the French. I gave a lot of effort for years to qualify, you know, and then when you don't make it, it hurts. But on the other side, you know, the French, it was a crazy field this year. And I'm not proud of it, but I kind of was out of it after 4 events, managed to climb myself back up again. But after 4 events I was like, oh, this might not be possible anymore. And because of that, it didn't hurt as bad as like, say, last year, where I was 4th going into the final event. And I got leapfrogged by Callum and Nika stayed ahead of me and I ended in 5th. That's a competition I still think of to this day sometimes, like, oh man, what if I've done this different? What if I've done that different? That's something that still haunts me a little.
Bronislav.
We had like a workout with sandbags. It was like chest to bar, sandbag clean, squats and carry. And it was a 3-man race at the time and it was just everybody's game. I was in 4th, Nika was 4 points ahead of me and Callum Clements was 4 points back of me going into that event. And we like knew that we were gonna decide who was gonna go to the games in that 3rd spot on that workout. And it was a short one. So it was like, just hold on to the sandbag, just don't let go and just go hard. And it was 3 rounds. And first round, nothing going on, wasn't that special. And then in the 2nd round, I tried to lift my sandbag for the sandbag clean. And I couldn't really get it to my hip anymore. And I just tried to clean it and I missed it. And I was like, okay, just don't worry about it. Just pick it up one more time, just give it all you have. And I gave it all I had. And I missed the clean again. And that was like the moment where I was like, oh shit, my body's refusing, I'm done. Yeah, that was definitely the moment where I felt defeated. I was just like a little sad, you know, and you know, I can only imagine how Nika felt this year because, you know, we both missed out last year and he made it this year with a very strong performance. And, you know, just as you're thinking like, oh, I wonder how it feels to actually achieve that goal. That's like some of the sad thoughts you have at that moment. But then again, the way the season is set up, you don't have that much time to sulk, because you come back on a Monday and then you have 1 week of preparation for Madrid, and then next week on a Wednesday you fly to Madrid to, you know, fight for another spot.
Latino 6, Fabian Hermans.
And does it give you energy to even train harder, or does it sometimes in your mind say like, why am I doing this?
Oh, you think about that all the time. You know, especially like in the winter period, it's like it's dark, there's no competitions, it's usually a whole lot of training. And then you're here like on Christmas or New Year's Eve, and it's like, what the hell am I doing here? I just want to go home, I don't want to run, I don't want to do snatches. But you know, then the Open comes around and the competitions are getting started again. Those are the reasons you're into this, and a lot of motivation comes back then. During the off-season, there's time to be very critical of yourself and to reflect on your weaknesses and to work really hard on them. And then, you know, once you're like 2 weeks out and you know there isn't much you can do anymore, you just try to talk as much confidence into yourself as you can, you know, so gonna focus on the workouts you can do really well, you focus on your strength, and you tell yourself whatever you have to tell yourself to go into the next event confidently. Because I do think like a calm and confident athlete is probably the most dangerous on the field. I feel like I've done a lot already. Like I've gotten like a national championship and I've been at the Rogue Invitational. I feel like the Rogue Invitational is a games level event. But I still believe the games is the pinnacle of the sport. That's the reason why I got into this, you know, and that's just something that I really still wanna achieve, wanna do. After I came to Michel, like I won the Open for a second time, I got a national championship, and I've got very close to qualifying for the games. But sometimes you feel like you just need something else. Jade was already my girlfriend, she was already training at Krieger. I know CrossFit Oslo, they all come together there, they all train together there. And I was just thinking like, oh, that would be fun, you know, to train there as well sometime. And you know, after like my season in 25 ended, I felt like it was just time to try something new. And I think it was a very good decision, because sometimes you just need something new to give you some new motivation, to give like a new wave of energy, to give you like a fresh impulse. And it has worked out pretty well for me, I guess. They just have a lot of experience in the international field. They know the ins and outs. Even at competitions like Rogue and the games, they're like familiar with everything. They've done basically everything except for winning the games, because like in the individual competition, like they won it in teams last year. And they have just such a large athlete pool that really make you strive to become better. I feel like that's probably the biggest advantage going to Krieger has given me.
It really does have a ton of
Qualifying for the Rogue felt honestly like the biggest achievement in my CrossFit career. It's like one of those achievements where I'm like, if I ever manage to do this again, that's crazy. Because it's only 2, you know, it's like, and the field was so strong. I don't know everybody on the top of my head, but I had to beat out at least 5 to 10 games athletes and around 15 semifinals athletes in the queue. And it's not a whole lot of people, but the level, the average level of the athlete there was just so high. So for me to come out with a second place, yeah, you know, I hope to achieve it again this year. But let's say, what was it all worth until now? You know, the whole CrossFit journey. And I think it was amazing, you know, to just put your heart into something for like really everything you have. And I really come close to putting everything I have into the sport. Not just for a month or like for a year, but for years on end, like my complete 20s almost. I think that's like one of the greatest things there is for someone like me. You know, I really want to do well in sports. And for me, my sport is CrossFit. And to just put all the time and effort in that sport and to just get to the bottom of it and to see where it all ends, to me that's amazing.
We hit that 60-minute time cap. Here we go. Pull deep. Got it. And Fabian has it, and he'll make it inside the 60-minute time cap, so all 10 athletes will finish the entirety of this.
What would the 18-year-old Fabian or the Fabian that just started CrossFit say if he saw you now, like at the elite level you are competing?
I probably want to try to beat myself. Yeah, for sure. Like I don't know what he'd say, but he tried to not be impressed, I think. You know, like, okay, this is what I gotta live up to. I can do that. Probably something along that line, yeah.